Good morning. Thanks for tuning in to the Kehillat Shari Torah Halacha Review for Friday, January 8th. We're starting a new chapter in Halachically Speaking, Volume 1. We did touch on this at some point in recent months, years, who can tell, in Shul, in our daily minyan, but I think it's worth touching on again, just for review. It's a short chapter, a brief review of customs and laws pertaining to respecting Sfarim properly. How do we have proper derech eretz? How do we treat a sefer, a holy book? That's any holy Jewish book, not necessarily anything written in Hebrew. So if you have your novel written by the latest Israeli novelist, that happens to be written in Hebrew, but not a holy book with God's name in it. But rather, if you're talking about a chumash that has the 5 books of the Torah in it, any book of Torah learning, a siddur or a machzor that has God's name in it, that's the kind of sefer we're talking about. So here's how he writes. A sefer should not be treated like any other book. It should be handled with honor and modesty. In the words of Reishis Chachma, you should handle it as if you're handling the garment of a sovereign. One should only touch a sefer with clean hands and keep it in a secure place so it does not fall to the floor. If one who disgraces a sefer is disgracing Hashem, while one who shows honor to Sfarim is showing honor to Hashem. Now I want to be very clear here. All of us, myself at the head, have dropped Sfarim, dropped Siddurim, dropped Chumashim on the ground at various times, accidentally. No one here certainly intends to do that. That's the way it goes. We're not perfect people. We do have in the shul, we have a little slide rack under your chair. Some are bigger, some are smaller. Where there should be a little pocket on the back of the armchairs in shul. And lately, since we have a lot more space in shul because we're spacing out the chairs, our custodial staff have been kind enough here to place a chair facing the other direction next to us in shul. So we have a little table there for our chumash, whatever book we happen not to be using at the moment. So we have that. So we should not place a sefer on a floor or even on a carpeted floor. The steps in front of an Aron Kodesh have the same status as a floor. So you notice that we do have some steps leading up to the Duchan here in Shul. That's also considered floor, so we don't put Sfarim there. Not a Chumash, not a Siddur, not a Machzor, anything. It's permitted to place a sefer on top of another item as long as it's a tefach, a handbreadth off the floor. So if it's on a stool or on a pillow or on another chair, something like that, you're in good shape. Some say 3 tefachim are required, 3 handbreadths, maybe about 12 inches or so, but the custom is to rely on a tefach, 1 handbreadth. According to some poskim, you may place a sefer in a bag on the floor. One may place Sfarim on the bottom shelf of a bookcase, even though it's less than a tefach off the floor, because it's attached to the wall. It's actually meant for that thing also. Now, what do you do in those occasions, those inevitable occasions where unfortunately a sefer does fall on the floor? A sefer that falls on the floor should be picked up, even if you're in the middle of learning. You should stop what you're doing to pick up the sefer. The minhag mentioned in the name of Sefer Chassidim, Aruch HaShulchan, is to kiss the sefer when you pick it up. One should not kiss the sefer if your lips are not clean. I guess if you've been eating pizza or something. Rav Pam, who passed away a few years ago, would kiss the sefer and also open it up and learn a few lines from it to show honor to the sefer. A very nice custom. If a few Sfarim fall to the floor, all the Sfarim should first be picked up and kissed. And of course, if a mundane object fell to the floor together with a sefer, let's say somebody shocked you and all of a sudden you gave a jump and you dropped your siddur and your keys, so you pick up the sefer first, pick up the siddur first. Should be no surprise there. One may interrupt his Shemona Esrei to pick up a sefer after you finish the bracha you're reciting, even if you have to walk over and pick it up. However, you should only do this if it bothers you that the sefer is on the floor and it'll disturb your concentration. You won't be able to focus on what you're saying in the Amida because of the distraction of this holy book lying on the floor. Okay, so we'll pause there. That's a little bit of an introduction to this idea. Want to wish everybody a guten Erev Shabbos. To remind you that candle lighting this afternoon is 4:40 p.m. If you'd like to daven at the same time as the tzibur, there won't be a tzibur here in Shul, unfortunately. We're not there yet. Hopefully we will be at some time soon. 4:45 is the time we'll daven Mincha and Kabbalat Shabbat. Tomorrow afternoon, evening, Shabbat ends 5:48. We will hold a Zoom Havdalah. Everyone's welcome to join us for that. at 5:58, 2 minutes to 6 or thereabouts, about 10 minutes after the end of Shabbos. The Zoom link should be in your email from Thursday afternoon, and we will have movie night at 8 o'clock. So you can plan for that, some fun for the evening. This is Shabbos Mevarchim. We are blessing the new month of Shvat, which begins, Rosh Chodesh is Wednesday night and Thursday, and I'll just let you know that the Molad, the reappearance of the moon, is Wednesday evening this coming week, Wednesday evening, 5:35 p.m., and 3 parts. So may it be a good Shabbos and a good month, new month for all of us, happy and healthy, and we should hear abundant good news, which we could certainly use. Okay, have a good Shabbos and a good day. Take care. All the best.